There is no second pass.
All right, can you guys hear me now? Yes, yes. Rob, Crypto Future, oh my God, thank you for dropping by. This is awesome. Just you guys, you gotta rewind, fast forward the thing. The thing, and then what a day, guys! What a day! Welcome to Crypto Otaku. Of course, that's me, the Crypto Otaku, and yeah, man. Today was awesome, incredible lineup. I cannot believe we had Michael Saylor, Cathie Wood, RFK, Edward Snowden, Senator Loomis. I mean, there were so many great speakers today. It's hard to catch up. I just finished watching the Snowden. That was the last one to kind of catch me up through the day. Damn, dude, damn. Hope again you guys having a great day. It's the weekend, man. It's the weekend. I'm stoked. There's a lot of fun stuff going on this weekend. And dude, Bitcoin just broke out of our descending pattern, right? Who would have thunk? Who would have thunk that RFK was gonna make that happen, right? So yeah, dude, it's gonna hold on. It looks like through the weekend, possibly tomorrow, we could see a potential sell-off, depending on what Trump has to say. Man, I don't know, man. A lot of stuff to unpack. Where do we begin? Where do we begin, guys? Holy crap. I guess we can kind of go over the general sentiment of Bitcoin. And then a long-term chart. Look at this. Look at this. Downward. We threw this up here. It was a few days ago, right? We just kind of backtracked, took that leg up from the last big sell-off, which was back in the beginning of the year, January, right? When the ETF sold off. And I just thought there was a similar pattern when we were sitting just down here. We weren't even really making the leg up yet or anything. And I think it was Truck Dono. Shout out to Truck Dono if you're in here tonight. Yeah, him and I were just kind of discovering, like, oh, you look at this. Oh, it just kind of popped in there. It matched that particular pattern, and we just lined that up. And look at that. It's still taking its way. You can't make this stuff up, guys. It's just a similar pattern in the chart. Just playing around. Just playing around. But it's playing out. And who knows? Maybe it could mimic that potential breakout after tomorrow with everyone looking for Orange Man and talking about Orange Coin. Retest of the trend line tomorrow. Yeah, I see that happening. Again, I didn't think we were going to break out that fast today. I thought we were going to bop down a little bit, wait for the Trump talk, maybe sell off a little bit, and then pump after when volatility restores into the markets back in Monday, right? The U.S. markets anyway. But yeah, it looks like we're gonna get some action this weekend, man. It's exciting. I can't wait. It's been seeming kind of lackluster. I feel like we really missed the ball when it comes to 2021 last bull run, man. This is like nothing. This is so boring in comparison. I hate to say it, guys, if you're new, but we used to get so much more volatility. I mean, we're talking like 30-40% drops. I mean, what's the most we ever had so far? Like, we got close to a 20 here, I think, right? Yeah, 21%. What is that? Come on, it's nothing. That took, of course, weeks to play out. So yeah, nothing really huge happening this year yet. We'll see. Let's unpack some stuff today. There's a lot to go over, as we always have every day in our space, right? the Trump pump, Tara Boss Spence. Welcome, man. I'm not familiar with you in the chat. So yeah, let's dive right into it. Of course, this is Heat Map, of course, brought to you by Kimba the White Snow Lion, an anime reference for those who know. We show him on the chat every night because he brings the Heat Map to you for free. You don't have to pay for this, guys. It's out there. And there's multiple YouTubers streaming this. It's just the one I go to because I'm an otaku. What can I say? But yeah, looks like things have kind of settled down. Bulls and the Bears. Look at this. There's like no valid. Everyone's like, are the Bears going to move? Oh, dang it. We still got Hulk on there, man. Still got Hulk on there from Trump's acceptance speech. Right in the bull, man. I guess we can keep him on there. I got Trump coming in tomorrow. But yeah, I mean, they're pretty much a stalemate. They're in a stalemate. As I say that, of course, now the Bulls look like they want to play. And let's see how it's probably going to be short-lived for the moment. Anywho, Japan is waking up, and yeah, market's closed. I don't think there's going to be anything huge. You're going to see the news. You're going to say who's talking. Potential candidates talking about Bitcoin. Orange presidents, right? Orange presidents. Yeah, pretty exciting. I'm really happy to see RFK come out there and just throw us right into that, Bitcoin president rally. And then, of course, what that's gonna play out with Trump tomorrow, we shall see. Really, really excited for that speech, though. Man, it got me pumped. 34.96 trillion. We are less than $40 billion away from the $35 trillion mark. You know what happens when that hits, right? Probably nothing. We're just gonna keep kicking the can. But it's definitely a huge psychological number. That's for sure. Let's continue on. Fear and Greed for Stonks. Let's refresh that because it's probably updated by now. Yeah, still sitting at 45 neutral. Reclaiming from fear yesterday because that was really, really getting kind of like dirty. It was getting dirty. Everyone was like freaking out. Google's crashing. Oh no! Big tech stocks, Mag 7 go down. Boom. But yeah, it's kind of coming back up as of course Bitcoin didn't care. Completely uncorrelated now, right, guys? Sitting at 68 in greed. 72 currently after the speech. Right. Awesome. Terrific. Wonderful. Let's go. And tomorrow, of course, we're going to see how that retains into... was it... I heard it was 2 p.m. Central, if that's correct, for Trump's speech tomorrow. That would be, what, 3 or 4 Eastern Standard Time? New York time, right? Somewhere around that. So 104 on the Dixie. Nothing really new there, guys. The dollar is donezo. And crypto bubbles, Dan. This was red all day until, it's about the last few hours. And everything is up. And of course, you know it's up big today, guys. I was really excited because I'm like, I got bills to pay. I usually just kind of short the dollar. Lately, the last 2-3 months, I've been shorting the dollar with Jasmine. And of course, Jasmine doing pretty good today. Coming up from, where were we at the beginning of today? It was like down 12%, right? Right, so it's a pretty good pump on Jasmine, and I'm happy to see that in the end of the month when the bills need to be paid. All right, moving on. Oh no, we gotta see what else. I mean, everything's pretty much up. I don't think there's anything in particular to pay attention to. CFX had a 20% pump today. It's Conflux. Man, we haven't seen that in a while. What number? Where are they even at? They're 97. Yeah, no wonder we haven't seen them in a while. They haven't been at 100 in a while, if maybe ever. I don't know. Anything else really notable? Avalanche is up 5%. Render's up 10%. Everything is kind of up about somewhere between 2 to 5% on average. Not bad, not bad. On the hour, as I start talking, we're coming down. Dang it. All right. Anyway, moving on. Of course, this is the biggest key indicator we look at every single day for Bitcoin. How many biddies are on the exchanges? Supply and demand at its core, right? At its core, and that is. Currently, just still sitting at around a 2.49 as we got a little bit more. I think all of this is just I think that's it. I think that was the major push back onto from Mt. Gox to Kraken. That was the load up, right, from their hardware wallets or wherever the hell they're storing these things, right? And you see it's kind of dwindling throughout the days. So yeah, we'll again, it's kind of set us back about a bit of a month. As we weren't at that lowest since, and we're still low from even a month ago. Holy crap, guys, this is insane. Where are we at? This just keeps jumping. 2.5. That would put us back to here. What the heck is going on here? Oh, I'm on Kraken, that's why. Not on all exchanges. I'm wondering why it looks so weird on the chart. Yeah, I think the last time we checked it was like July 4th or something like that. Yeah, July 4th. So we only set us back about a month if we even get... Not even a month, guys. And that's all been bought up by BlackRock here in a few weeks. Not a big deal. Anyway, moving on. BitcoinTreasuries.net, of course, we're looking at the accumulations for Bitcoin, particularly by BlackRock. MicroStrategy still sitting at 226,000. BlackRock, of course, accumulating more and more as days continue on. 338 currently. This is as of probably yesterday. No, that's up to date. Nice. We're up to date today, guys. Always interesting to see how that works out. 3,000 biddies as of today. Not too shabby for BlackRock, of course. Slowly ruling the world. Yes. And I am scared, guys. I'm a little afraid of if Trump does pull this off, he wins. Jamie Dimon or Larry Fink for Treasury. That's so dirty, man. It's so dirty. To each, I guess, to decide. Grayscale sitting at 271,000 and bit fidelity 181. Man, ARK still hasn't been able to hit 50K. Man, I keep rooting for them, man. They keep getting close. Looks like they had a bit of a sell-off though. Not that long. Yeah, it's at 800 biddies a few days ago. They're not even up to date on the ETF on here either. That's strange for ARK to be behind. Anyway, moving on. CoinMarketCap, top 10 crypto assets. Yeah, still kind of the same. Cardano still at number 10. Toncoin above it. And Tron, yeah, still just slightly above Avalanche. Man, it's getting neck and neck now, guys. I mean, we're only sitting at 600 million away from flipping Tron. I don't know, man. Justin Sun just kind of rubs me the wrong way. But anyway, it looks like Polkadot's... yeah, everything's just down. Everything's still kind of down. What's really moving, though? Like, Tron, Avalanche, Doge, XRP. At least in the last 24 hours. Oh, well, in the last 7 days, according to this. But you can see the chart just kind of appearing like that the last 24 hours. Yeah, and then, yeah, Jasmine came back up a little bit today as well. Sitting back into the 50s, which is awesome. Awesome for our space. Nice! You got it! Damn! Patrick, I've been streaming. Okay, Patrick says, dig the Gundam Wing mask. Pump, man. Heck yeah. So I've been streaming for 6 months. No one's ever made the connection. You're awesome, man. Of course, I'm talking about Zex Marquise from Gundam Wing. One of the Char clones, one of my favorite pilots of all time, is Char Aznable. Gundam reference, that's right. Anime. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Good for you, man. That's freaking. You made my day. You made my day, Patrick. But yeah, that's what's going on. Jasmine, of course, 59. It's amazing. Back into the 50s. Again, the highest we ever got with Jasmine, 52. And we started the year out at like 100 and... What, 108? It was pretty high. And last year we were like 180, if I remember correctly. At least, maybe I'm thinking back a little farther. Maybe the last 2 years. Jasmine's made a huge improvement. BNB's got to get them the heck out of the innovation zone. And I am currently working on a Jasmine video, just so you guys know. Yeah, it's taking some time to get out there, especially with everything going on, summer events. Got a fair to go to this weekend. We have the Bitcoin conference, so much news. We got to unpack that. Let's get through it. So yeah, top assets by Crypto Market Cap. Of course, this is freaking me out every day, man. Why is silver selling off? Does anyone know why silver's selling off? Because we were at 1.75 trillion in market cap just last week, and we now fell down to 1.5. Bitcoin's about ready to flip silver again. We haven't seen Bitcoin flip silver since back in March, I think. Yeah, Patrick says old school anime. Knew what was up with Trigun. Oh yeah, your Trigun gun. Oh nice, dude. Trigun is definitely OG, man. You might be an OG otaku yourself, man. Shout out to you. Oh yeah, Meta platform, of course. Meta still sitting at number 10 and silver at number 9. At Bitcoin in the middle at 9, and we're just gonna pass all these guys by until we hit Nvidia. Right? That's the goal to next year. That's the goal. Next year by next year. All right. Bitcoin Rainbow chart. Of course, this is Mondo Cat's favorite Bitcoin Rainbow. I always say that to her in case she's in the chat. She's of course our representative female crypto Speculator. I don't think she's into Bitcoin still, man. I keep telling her, you get some Bitcoin, get some Jasmine. She may have got some Jasmine by now. I would hope so. As much as we talk about it here, I would hope she get into some Jasmine. Yeah, so it looks like, of course, we're every time I look at this, I just get excited because I want to see us fall down into the fire cell, get you guys more opportunity to buy in, because we definitely need more opportunities. But it's gonna happen, and like Michael Saylor says, you buy at the price you deserve, and right now you deserve it at 67, because we're gonna go up. It's not really gonna matter if you buy now or if you're gonna wait for a pullback at 65. You're gonna wait for a pullback at 59. Are we ever gonna go back to Bitcoin is dead territory, which right now would be 42,000? I don't think so, guys. I don't think we're going back to 42,000. So yeah, I mean, it's a pretty good area to gauge at. Of course, when's a good time to buy? And I would say no time is a bad time to buy Bitcoin. Anywho, moving on. Let's get into some of this. I got so many. Oh my god, so many clips to pull up, so many videos to go over. I'm sure you guys seen it. All the stuff that's happened today. The news has been kind of lackluster because of the conference. Everything's just kind of taking over. Of course, Bitcoin takes off and everyone stays the F out of the way. That's just how it is. And at least I'm happy to see that's happening still for Bitcoin, but still. Yeah, most of the stuff is pretty much old. Like, of course, breaking. BlackRock CEO talks about staking feature in Ethereum ETFs. We covered that yesterday. Again, it's a no event, right? It's just him saying we don't necessarily need it, which he came out on record and said that in CNBC a few months ago. So yeah, everything's just kind of lackluster. Why would they keep that front and center on the Bitcoin conference day 2? I don't know why. I don't know. Anywho, there is a little bit of Jasmine news today as well. Apparently, Crypto News covered it. Crypto News AI.com or CryptoNewsLand.com. I'm getting dyslexic tonight. The Jasmine price chart signals Bitcoin breakout or the potential breakout of got Bitcoin on the brain tonight, man. Of a secondary pattern uptrend target above 5 cents, guys, is expected. And I know I've been watching Crypto Futures. Rob's been talking about this for quite a while now. It is. We are definitely due for a breakout to 5 cents, even 5 cents, right? And I don't want to get too bullish. I like to be realistic, right? And psychological numbers like this tend to have a bit of a pullback. 48.5, 48.75 is kind of my target right now. And I'm a long holder, man. I'm a long holder. Jasmine would have to get to I don't know, close to $1 for me to even pull some out, and even then, what are you gonna do? You're gonna go back to this trash? You gonna go back to that? Come on, guys, come on. No, you don't want to go back to that. Anyway, so the crypto market swings is green bullish charts, and altcoins reflect Bitcoin's rally. Jasmine is one of the altcoins that could pump the over 2,000% this golden bull run. As you know, it's coming. It's coming. Analysts expect Jasmine to surpass 5 cents if it breaks out the present resistance level following the previous day's unexpected crypto market dip. It seems that the weekend has opened up the greener crypto market as many market traders and analysts expect some sort of dip after the successful launch of the ETF. The damage won't last long. This is what I've been talking about for pretty much the whole week. Is what we've seen with Bitcoin. We had the initial sell-off when the ETFs came out with Bitcoin. I'll just kind of pull up and chart real quick and just kind of review it. We're right there anyway. So yeah, we had the initial sell-off with Bitcoin. It took about a week and a half to recover, right? And that, again, I said this last week. History doesn't tend to repeat, but it tends to rhyme, right? And this is exactly what we're seeing right now with, and it's really kind of lackluster, to be honest. It's not much of a sell-off at all. It's more of sideways. Really, I mean, we've been going sideways the whole year for Ethereum. We pumped up to close to 4,000, right? Once, right? Came down, made a lower high, which is not exciting, and then we're getting another lower. Yeah, I mean, I just see it going sideways for a little while, and I'm not too bullish on Ethereum particularly, but it's the L2s. Yeah, I've been playing in that sandbox for quite a while. I've just been priced out of the main sandbox for quite. Since I got started in Bitcoin and Ethereum, L1 and Layer 2. So anyway, that's what I kind of see happening. We're just kind of going sideways for a little bit after the sell-off. By the end of next week, I would imagine a lot of the L2s are going to rally. And I'm still looking for Polygon too, man. Polygon's been a stable coin this whole damn bull run so far. I mean, we got up to what, a dollar? What was that? Back in March with the rest of the rally around everything. It was the everything pump back then. That's when Bitcoin went to 74, 72, wherever we were last, right? So, yeah, we just got to get a lot more love for the altcoins. We need an altcoin rally, a real altcoin rally, like 2021. Like, what are we waiting for? Like, come on, guys, come on. So, yeah, that's what I see going on, and we're just waiting for it. Yeah, and of course they're underlying that as well. The fact that many analysts, including the silver-tongued Dr. Profit, predicted Dr. Profit? I've never heard of this guy. Are we talking about like, I think it's silver-tongued. I think of like stock money lizards or something. You guys know on X. Predicted a very small market dip as opposed to 20% following the VTC ETF launch. Presently the prices of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and myriad of other altcoins are on the high. One of these popular altcoins, of course, is the Bitcoin of Japan. That's, of course, dubbed the Bitcoin of Japan. You guys know that the tokenomics are different, right? of course we know. But yeah, Jasmy coin, Jasmy, much like the crypto Cardano, VeChain, WadsPay. I'm not even familiar with that one. What the heck is that? WadsPay, Floki, and many other popular altcoins. Jasmy price chart is printing bullish signals. Yeah. So Jasmy's breaking out of the secondary pattern here. Target is still north of 5% short term. We just covered that. In particular, one analyst believes that Jasmy is about to experience a significant price breakout. As we can see from the post above, Jasmy price seems to be breaking out of the secondary pattern at the moment. According to this analyst, the price of Jasmy needs to clear a major resistance level. The price of 3.2 cents, right? And the current crypto market as we continue upward trajectory without any distractions. Then it is highly possible Jasmy can move forward north of the 5-cent price target. Yeah, so that is what's going on with Jasmy boy. No real news going on right now that I'm aware of. You guys heard anything new on that? It's new to me. Patrick also says that Steph Crypto is signaling a 5.05 cent Jasmy this week as well. Yeah, I'm bullish on it, man. I've been bullish on Jasmy for a long time, man. I'm so excited for this space. And yeah, you can kind of go back and look at the chart here. It's been a while since we played around this chart. We've been on this downward trajectory for quite a bit. I've been buying up as we go, been going down. It's been a really nice time. I'm gonna miss the bear market, guys. I really am. Once we take off, I'm gonna freak out. You're gonna see me every day. I'm just gonna be like, oh my God, this is up, and this is up, and this is up, and everything's up, and when do I sell? And we're going to be talking about exit strategies at the end of the year, into the beginning of next year. I do think that that is very important. You should have a plan if you don't have one already. Keep a journal, keep track of what you expect prices to go to over time, right? And then just kind of make your plan and exit strategy going out. Whether that's holding in a certain amount of access, whether that's selling a certain percentage, DCAing out, which is kind of my current plan. Yeah, I think you should definitely have that on your mind. All right. So yeah, that's what's going on with Jasmy. Let's get into some of the Bitcoin news. There's a ton to go over. We're gonna have a bit of a Bitcoin lightning round, and I got some some clips. If you guys missed some of the speakers, I just want to kind of sum everything up for the day. Yeah, so RFK, apparently he's been out again today. Well, he didn't say that today, but he's been talking about how he's basically doubled his net worth, and he has a large, I would say, I think he said a majority of his wealth is now in Bitcoin. So his net worth is he doubled his net worth to around 30 million by buying Bitcoin last year. Is that question mark? Presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr. said he left last year's Bitcoin conference with the most of his wealth in Bitcoin. Forbes last reported that his net worth was 15 million, given that the last year's conference was on May 18th, when Bitcoin was traded at 26,000. I remember those days. Those were great days. RFK Jr. may have doubled his wealth by investing in Bitcoin. He did on that stage. He did. Oh well, no, he said it on the news later that he did buy some for his kids, and they were excited. They were excited. So yeah, since last year's event, Bitcoin's increased 154%. That's right. I mean, I don't know what leadership looking at, but Bitcoin's up 154%, meaning that a $10 million purchase of Bitcoin on the last day would now be worth $25 million. That's crazy. More than double your money, man. More than double your money. 1.5 your money. RFK Jr. did not confirm precisely the amount of Bitcoin he purchased, but given that he stated that most of his wealth, we can theorize that he's done very well in that trade. And I just wanted to kind of bring that up, as we're going to kind of talk about that as well with what he had to say. And I was excited, man. The stuff he was saying, I've already I know it's a shot in the dark, guys. I know the current narrative and the normies are going to vote a certain way, but maybe we'll get a RFK, campaign going next cycle. We'll see. So let's get into that. I got a whole bunch of clips to show you guys today. Let's start with him, since we're already talking about him. Then we'll get into a little bit of CATHIE. She had some fun stuff to say as well, and of course the preluding Trump, right? Everyone's just kind of talking about what Trump's going to say, and obviously he's got a hard act to follow. RFK actually touches key points and like talks about like real policy changes, and Trump's just like, we're gonna make it great. It's gonna be the best. It's gonna be wonderful. Don't you? Bitcoin made in America. You guys know. And then he speaks in a language that normies get. And I understand that. It's fine. But it's not enough, man. It's not enough, to be honest. Anyway, Bitcoin Nashville 2024. We've got Bitcoin Bobby. I just want to kind of touch what he said at the end, because I got the whole thing, man. The whole thing on wrap.
Your choices. Look at the candidates, or look at their actions to decide if they are genuinely part of the problem or if they're part of the solution. Decide if they align with what you believe in your heart. Remember, Americans need, and remember what Americans need and what we want, and then vote accordingly. I want to leave you today with a core belief in Bitcoin, in the Bitcoin community. Bitcoin is the currency of freedom, the currency of liberty, the currency of hope. It restores self-sovereignty back to the individual, which is the whole purpose of American democracy.
I agree with that, Patrick.
It gives us digital property rights, which is the core of our democracy. And it provides a store of value that will allow middle-class Americans to live in abundance again. I want to be the president who can bring back hope. And I'm grateful to be part of your Bitcoin community. In fact, I don't think of myself as red. I don't think of myself as blue, and I don't even think of myself as purple. Those are the colors of the political parties. Instead, I think of myself as orange.
And the crowd, that was very energetic. Very energetic, guys. Take some of those orange pills. Don't forget to take your orange pill daily. Very important.
That is the color of freedom. And it's true that President Trump has orange hair. And I can only admire him for that from afar. I'll never be able to match him on that. It's a really great start, but I have an orange heart, and that's what you should support. Thank you all very much, and God bless.
That was the closing of his speech. He did go into a ton of just keynotes, right? Of everything he's been talking about over the years, about fixing it here in America, the food, the medical system, like it's everything that we don't have enough talks about, right? We're still the leading country in obesity. We're still the leading country in all these illnesses that are killing everyone so fast, heart disease and autism. He's very very big advocate for preventing autism. Vaccinations, and he touched so many things as he usually does. But he did also kind of, take jabs at Trump. Like, do you really want Jamie Dimon and Larry Fink running the damn treasury like Patrick Boggs is kind of preluding there? That's who's lined up right now, right? It's scary stuff, man. It really is scary stuff. I just can't imagine the man who said, "I'm gonna drain the swamp," to basically invite the swamp to take over the country. I don't know, man. I can't. Does not sit well with me at all. But we're going to watch it. We're going to watch it unfold here together. That's what's coming. We're going to watch it. Yeah, so, again, kind of on that narrative, same narrative. Cathie Wood did kind of say this today as well, preluding Trump. I think that's this one here.
Former President Trump accepting campaign donations in Bitcoin. That caught a lot of attention. We're again trying to educate everyone out here. But his statement that he would fight to preserve the right for self-custody, that's critical. And so I'm hearing Yes. And while he does want all the mining to take the rest of the miners to come here to the United States, I think the ecosystem, the Bitcoin ecosystem would want that to decentralized. That's an issue there, right?
Whoa.
The understanding of this topic and having our lawmakers here, I am very hopeful that something is going to happen. I know there's rumors of a strategic Bitcoin reserve. Rumors out there. Yeah, there are rumors out there. Think about that. And if they do it in the right way, meaning, this is not an instrument of monetary policy at all, but it simply goes on our balance sheet. Michael Saylor gave us some really good talking points there.
And that he did. And just kind of stepping in on that. Yeah, RFK also had mentioned that. And that's what we saw, that big pump when he said he wanted to basically add it to the U.S. Balance sheet, right? He wanted to have it brought in and he didn't say specifically back the dollar with it, but I mean that's ultimately where Michael Saylor was headed, right? And if you guys haven't watched Michael Saylor's speech, of course, amazing stuff, reiterating a lot of the stuff he said over the years as well. But I did want to kind of point this one out. If you guys haven't checked my short out, he closed with Satoshi Nakamoto's famous statement, about basically a self-realized goal is what's going to happen. But yeah, he did also say this as well, which I thought was really interesting.
But what's happening? Here's my macro Bitcoin forecast. It's 21 years. Goes out to the year 2045. What do I think will happen? Well, I've got a bear case and a bull case, but what I think will happen is that 55% ARR goes to 50%, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20. It's between 50 and 20. It'll gradually decelerate till it's growing about twice as fast as the S&P index. And at that rate, Bitcoin's $13 million a coin in the year 2045.
13 million.
It could be a 3 million bear case. It could be a 49 million bull case. But what is Bitcoin? 7% of the world's assets then. What about the rest of the assets? Well, I actually think that AIs and technology are going to revolutionize tech. We had no companies worth $1 trillion, then we had a bunch of $1 trillion companies. You're going to see more because you're going to see companies with 100,000 AIs and no employees, and they're going to do the work of companies that used to have 100,000 employees. You're going to see mega corps develop, shipping robots and self-driving cars, and a company that gives a personal physician to 1 billion people without any doctors on the payroll. So clearly equity's going to grow fast. Gold's going to get demonetized. Land will be less monetized. But look, here's the future in 2045.
Yeah, and look at that. Look at that breakdown he has there. $280 trillion in just Bitcoin as an asset class alone, compared to everything else on Earth. And right now, right, this has got to be adjusted for inflation, because isn't right now like only $700 trillion dollars worth of assets on Earth? Right, so this has got to be adjusted to inflation. So they estimate I don't even know what the number is, man. 4,000 trillion. Is it even a real number, guys? This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Patrick Boggs says tomorrow is going to be huge on if Trump doesn't talk too much, and that is, of course, yeah. If yeah, if he hits, I guess if he hits his keynotes and doesn't say anything too outlandish, maybe. Yeah, all he has to do is say, we're going to back Bitcoin, we're going to make it the best, or, you know, like he normally does, and it'll go up, and we'll see. But yeah, I mean, this is really interesting, though. Like, $4,000 trillion in asset, the inflation on that is astronomical. You can see, you know what? Why not? We got it up, why not? Let's look at the U.S. debt clock real quick. Look into the future and see what that would look like. What would that even look like, guys? I just love looking at these metrics. We can't even go that far. Dang it! They only have up to 2028, which is 46,700 billion. So I'm assuming we're gonna double that. Probably closer to 60 from now, 70 trillion by 2045. Who knows? Maybe even more. Be my guesstimate. But yeah, the breakdown is crazy. Real estate, a big, huge chunk, but still, Bitcoin went from a $1 trillion asset class right now to 280 trillion. I can't even get my mind around that. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of bring that up. And it goes into, of course, what we talk about all the time here on the stream. That is the dystopian future, where the AI, robots, and algorithms and are going to take over the jobs, man. All the jobs are going to be run. You're not safe from that. You're not. Your dog's not safe from that. They're gonna have robot dogs, I'm sure. But yeah, if you're a driver, a telemarketer, a lawyer, an accountant, you know they're gonna kick these damn lawyers out. Accountant, a data entry clerk, a bookkeeper, a receptionist, bank teller, travel agent, a factory worker, fast food worker, customer service representative, or of course, like I say every night, your friends. You're gonna have robotic friends and AI, governed friends, and especially your romantic loved ones. I'm sure you guys have fetishes and fantasies that your spouses don't want to enact and play around with. So, yeah, that's coming. Don't you forget it's coming. And this is, of course, the dystopian future presently being developed right now, which we live in, man. We can't ignore this stuff. We can't ignore this stuff. Which leads me into, of course, yours truly. Edward Snowden. Edward Snowden came out today as well, guys. We had a lot of people out, man. It's hard to keep up with this. I'm really giving you guys such a crazy a mashup of what happened today. I can't forget that either. Yeah, maybe we'll do this right before we get into Snowden. I don't want you guys to scan this code, guys.
And their
I don't want you to scan this code. Please don't scan that code. I don't know if I can show. I'll just cover it with
$100 million crypto giveaway.
This came today. This came out today, guys.
Or scan the QR code.
Look at this scam. Look at this scam.
Learn more and participate.
Elon Musk was not in Nashville. He was not.
I
mean, as far as I'm aware, he was not in Nashville.
Cryptocurrencies.
But here he is.
The possibility to double your holdings.
And it's just another scam.
Historically, each Bitcoin halving has been full investment in Bitcoin. And
look how well they put this
should be
together.
based on a thorough understanding of market
if you weren't aware, you guys, you know what we said. We say all the time. I wouldn't say all the time. We covered this yesterday. Paul Barron said it really well, and I had to reiterate that. He said that crypto enthusiasts, crypto investors are more plugged in than anyone else in the space, right? And there's so many people out there that still fall for these scams. Why would they still keep putting these out? And if you're not paying attention, obviously don't do anything with your bags, but if you're not paying attention, man, I mean, and if you are a normie, you'd think this is real. You would think this is real. And I mean, just by looking at it, I can see there's a little bit of choppy dithering around his neckline. He's obviously speaking in front of a truck axle wheel or whatever, a hubcap on a Tesla. It's just like, it's completely unrelated. There's a car in the background. It has nothing to do with crypto, Bitcoin, or anything. The crowd even claps in awkward ways. They probably just dubbed a thing really lazily.
For someone who's been
over
curious, remember,
kind of
time is possible.
mask
to take advantage of this opportunity. So I urge you once more, visit our event website.
So yeah, I just wanted to show that again. This is happening. This is happening all the time, still to this day, and they're getting better. Don't fall for it. And even the Bitcoin Nashville, they even took advantage of that. It's terrible. It's terrible. I quit. Yeah. So let's get back into it. Of course, we got Snowden on the lineup next with the dystopian future, talking about our rights and everything else going on.
This is an amazing crowd.
And there was a couple key points. Obviously, his exit was pretty prolific.
The nice weather.
But
you can do that at home.
honestly, it wasn't anything that I didn't already know. Like, we already know that Bitcoin is out there. You know, it's not private. We don't have docs wallets, but it doesn't take much to really find, track follow the money, right? It's just following the money. So yeah. Oh geez, Patrick says that that clip's been going around like crazy all day. Yeah, it's nuts. It's crazy, man. Big takeaways about Snowden. We'll just kind of play the exit on him. He was just basically reiterating the risks. And of course, he was giving us a win at the very beginning of his speech. We'll play that real quick.
Instead, what I want to do is set this frame a little different for this. The avarice and injustice of principle. We're not playing games with metals anymore. But if you look around, you can see that the problems from that kind of thinking are springing up everywhere. They're reaching us. They're choking us. And you see this in the internet as well. What is it that's wrong with the internet? The thing that's wrong with the internet is what's wrong with the world. Because more and more they're one and the same. A system has been constructed around us, not just through administrations, but through generations, that is fundamentally unfair. What do I mean by that? Look at the economy, right? There's an increasing concentration of resources into fewer and fewer hands. So it is now even with the human voice. Winner take all is the model that's apparent on platforms.
Yep. And he reiterated too that look around you, look what's happening right now. It's way too confusing. We've been saying this all week. We've been saying it since Trump's attempted assassination. Since Biden was, poor reception for Biden during the debate. Since Biden's only doing teleprompt interviews, and then he's only doing recordings. And then the debate was basically a recording, right? I mean, it was telecasted live, but not in front of a studio audience. Like, everything just seems so weird, out of place. There's all these weird things about the masks and the recordings with whether or not he was him and whatever. There's just too many coincidences, and he brought that up. Like, look around you, pay attention. And so I just wanted to kind of bring that up. And then, too, after the assassination attempt, Trump's here talking about crypto. RFK was here last year. But Trump, that's moved way too fast. He went from scam last year to Trump, pro-Bitcoin president. Everything's moving way too fast. And now Larry Fink, and he did kind of prelude to that as well. He was like, he mentioned the same thing I have a big issue with, and that's like Jamie Dimon and Larry Fink particularly. I think he just said the not the names, but the affiliation. These are huge issues we need to be paying attention to. And he said at the very end, which I'd like to just play real quick. It won't take too long.
Thank you. Flourishing society using a tech. I just want you to poverties.
There we go.
And I just want you to remember every time you look at the grocery store's prices that you are not alone. You are not isolated. Everyone in that store
we're together.
Dealing with
the fight.
Same battle that you are. We have to cooperate. We have to work together.
We gotta fight.
Make sure they do not reduce this country to the land of the free and the home of the slave. The only way we will do that if we work together. So please, by all means, cast your vote, but don't join a cult. There's a lot of work to be done. Thank you.
That's great. It's great. And saying that at the Bitcoin conference too was actually pretty ballsy, because he's basically saying, don't join a cult with Bitcoin, right? We're crypto. We're bigger than that. We know that here, but there are a lot of maxis at the conference that again only think that Bitcoin is the only coin and the only answer. And even Michael Saylor, I feel like, has kind of fell back, as he said back in Bitcoin Atlantis, I think at the beginning of this year. Times just keeps moving so fast, guys. Michael Saylor said at the beginning of this year at Bitcoin Atlantis that he feels like, Bitcoin's the answer for this, but there will be other players, and there will be other solutions, but Bitcoin's the best one. You know the drill, guys. Sounds like a bad guy clip from the MCU. Yeah, you're right. It kind of does. It kind of does. And of course, Tesla's Elon Musk sometimes sounds like Tony Stark from the MCU. Yeah. It's just some weird stuff, man. It's a weird movie we're watching, guys. It's a weird movie we're watching right now. Oh, crazy. So yeah, that's all the big keynotes I had from all of the conferences total today. It's amazing. I cannot believe everyone came out today. Did such a great show. We did have a little bit I wanted to kind of touch base on Senator Lummis, but I don't have a clip on that. I just kind of caught up right before the stream. I barely had enough time to get on the stream, guys. It's crazy how fast time is flying. Time is flying so fast now. So let's get back into some of the news and see what else we got left to cover, and we will go from there. If I can find my my page. Jesus. I think I lost it. Oh, there it is. Of course, with the debt clock. The debt clock. All right, let's go. Yeah, so that's where we left off. We have to get rid of the folks who are in the way. Senators speak at Bitcoin 2024. Of course, that's Senator Lummis. And was it Tim? What was it? Was it Tim or Scott or? Tim Scott. Yeah, Tim Scott. I'm not too familiar with that particular senator. So yeah, Senators Cynthia Lummis and R. Wyoming and Tim Scott. R. Wyoming? I'm not sure familiar with who that is either. So took the stage together at the Bitcoin 2024 conference in Nashville Friday, praising both cryptocurrency and Republican Party. The ability to bring resources and opportunities to access the marketplace the people need the most is Bitcoin. And Scott said, that's what it's all about. He was very vocal about it. I was surprised. And Lummis has still got laser eyes, man. She's got laser eyes for our space, guys. And as she's still touting a Bitcoin pro stance. There are serious people in the way of making sure that American innovation is the leading global innovation, and that we have to get rid of the folks who are in the way, most of whom are in the Senate Banking Committee. Yikes. Lummis says that the Republicans are going to need the majority next year. Senator Tim Scott is going to be the chairman of the Senate Banking Committee. And then the crowd waited for mostly an hour for the seat at the main stage. I was wondering who the heck that was. I don't remember seeing that person on stage. Wow, more than an hour for a seat at the main stage. Erupted into boos. Then Scott mentioned that the Securities and Exchange Commission and its head is, of course, Gary Gensler, allowing the innovation while maintaining investor protections of the global goal. The senator said that, noting that Gensler's enforcement practices have stifled the industry. That's the sweet spot we are looking for, Lummis said. The comments came shortly after the historic moment for the crypto in politics in May. The House and Senate will, with bipartisan support, passed the first ever we covered it here, man. It was ridiculous. The SAD 21 bill, right, to allow the banking sector to custody crypto for the masses. Yeah. And of course, President Joe Biden later vetoed the legislation. You know, the puppet master vetoed that. I'm sorry, but it was the puppet master to veto that, not Joe Biden. He was enjoying ice cream and then taking a nap. And the House opted to uphold the decision. Also in May, the House passed the Financial Innovation and Technology for the 21st Century Act, known as the FIT21 Act. That actually did pass, right? That was the beginning of the year. So the bill received support of 71 House Democrats before being passed in the Senate. Given the time crunch ahead this year's election, it's unlikely the Senate will address the FIT21 before the end of the session. Even if they do, the House is unlikely to support the amendments the senators will undoubtedly add. So that's what's going on. Again, everyone is appearing to be pro-Bitcoin on both sides now. Even Kamala was trying to get on this, right? We covered that yesterday, that the Winklevoss twins basically did not give them their stamp of approval. So that's what's going on with that. And of course, MicroStrategy, I just want to read the headline on this because he said that and I didn't want to forget it. Of course, he said this before. The first country to buy Bitcoin by issuing its currency wins, right? Who wouldn't? It's basically doing the same strategy that I've been doing, that Michael Saylor's been doing, and all the other smart money's been doing, right? The triple maxis, he called it. You basically leverage everything on Bitcoin. Whoever does that first wins. It reminds me of when I was a little kid and we used to play with Legos, and then me and my brother would like take all the transparent Legos, and those are the most scarce pieces in all the buckets of Legos, and we would hoard them, and then we'd exchange those out for other pieces of Legos we wanted, and that's what our currency was, right? It's the same concept, supply and demand, and once we start printing all the money in the world to basically buy up all the rest of the Bitcoin, there's no one else that's going to have that. And hopefully that doesn't start a war. That's kind of been my narrative if something like that were to break out. And of course, money in general is going to start a war. But yeah, that's just what I want to touch on. But just a quick keynote of the speech that Michael Saylor had. What to expect from Trump's Bitcoin Nashville speech tomorrow. Right. What are we expecting? What are we expecting tomorrow? I'm expecting that tomorrow he's going to come out and he's going to say what I say he's going to say. You're going to make the best of them made in America. We're going to make them great. We're going to make them wonderful. We're going to make them terrific. Bitcoin's great in America. And hopefully he says something. I guess I'll get into this article, but I want to give my few points. I hope he backtracks what he said about Bukele and El Salvador, what he was alluding to, because that's just not right, man. Bukele, and he was brought up so many times at the Bitcoin conference today. Everyone loves him, man. Everyone loves him. He said so many great things. I'm sure you guys seen the videos out there. Of course, from CPAC this year. It was amazing. It's awesome. I love that speech. I still play it. I actually just made another short of that to kind of boost everyone up as Bitcoin was dumping before the conference. But anyway, at the crucial juncture in the 2024 presidential election, what with the recent attempt on Trump's life and to shake up the top Democratic ticket, the eyes of the nation will be on Nashville tomorrow, with crypto locked in as the topic of the discussion. Trump's 30-minute speech. That's it. That's all he's going to get. 30 minutes. I saw it on the agenda, too, and I'm like, RFK had like 45 minutes, man. It's strange that he's only going to get 30 minutes. Well, maybe he'll go over or something. I don't know. Set for Saturday at 2 p.m. local time. Eastern Standard Time is going to be 3 p.m. That's a big question I was wondering. Is perhaps equally as important as to crypto stakeholders as in the symbolism as its substance. Just months ago, it would have been very unlikely or unthinkable. Exactly. This is why I think this is moving too fast. This is why, I've been saying this since all the assassination attempts and Trump and Biden and all the things that happened this year. Even legislation. Gary's backing off these ETFs. Everything's happened so fast. And when SNOWDEN brought that out again, I'm just like, boom, it's right there. Come on, guys. Wake up. There's something weird going on. During Trump's first term in office, he expressed skepticism about Bitcoin and other assets. It's a scam. I'm not a fan. I'm a fan of the dollar. Remember last year he was on CNBC? I'm afraid of one currency, and that's the dollar. Out of office. Out of the office, Trump gave his stamp to officially license the NFT collections, right? He never even said anything positive about Bitcoin, but he's had these NFT collections now for, it's been like 2 or 3 years. Like, it's almost like there's, again, a puppet pulling the strings. It's like, you're going to put this into these NFTs. You're going to, pump this asset class inadvertently and just kind of be on the sidelines. And in the right moment, you'll jump in and be the Bitcoin savior. I don't know. The whole thing's kind of connect the dots. Yeah, connect the dots. During Trump's first speech, terminology expressed skepticism. Yes, racking up millions of dollars worth of sales in his NFT collections. It's up in his 3rd or 4th NFT collection. But only in recent months has Trump rebranded as a full-throated defender. Jeez, really? Oh, God. Three-throated defender of the industry, pushing the Republican National Committee to include pro-crypto language as its party platform for the first time ever. You think they're going to have hand out little ear bandages that have Bitcoin logo on there tomorrow? I hear Bitcoin. Do you hear Bitcoin? Oh God, I can see it now. The normies. Anyway, but only in recent months does Trump rebrand his full. One potential impetus for the pivot has been the remarkable amount of money injected into the 2024 election from the American crypto companies' executives. Fair shake. An industry super PAC has already amassed some $203 million this election cycle, making it the biggest independent political spender in 2024. That's nuts. Trump himself has already ranked in millions of dollars in crypto, raked in millions of dollars of crypto contributions into his campaign as well, though the mass majority of his haul came from the crypto executives rather than the citizens. I mean, everyone. everyone lobbying right now has been throwing money at him. Everyone. Obviously, we covered the Winklevoss twins a few months ago, dumping $1 million each, which was highly. I guess that's illegal. I think it's only $500,000 per person, right? While Trump's appearance tomorrow is already significant in that of itself and the industry, as the advocates have hope that the speech will articulate concrete pro-crypto policies that voters should expect to see implemented in the former president's retakes at the White House. Yeah, that's pretty much it, man. And of course, everyone's waiting for him to say something about the strategic reserves, but it's already too late because RFK said it. So if he doesn't say it, well, he's got to back up. He's gonna back this up with something, I guess. I don't know. He's gonna say it. He's gonna say it. Even if it doesn't get done, he's just like, I said it. So yeah, building off the Republican Party's newly adopted pro-crypto platform, others expect him to be offering plans to protect the Bitcoin mining rights, prevent the establishment of the American Central Bank digital currency, CBDC. Speaking of which, and put to bed the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission's aggressively as years-long crackdown on crypto firms. So yeah, speaking about the CBDCs, right? The narrative on this is scary because I've been thinking more and more about it, and Snowden kind of actually, I think he hinted at it. I don't think he really meant to kind of make the connection that he did, or at least say it the way he did. I don't know. But I feel like the CBDCs may have been kind of a front. And I've been thinking about this for a while. There have been rumors for quite a long time, right, that the CIA had been some part of the Satoshi Nakamoto plant, right, into this kind of idea and ideology of, basically what it is, Bitcoin, money for all, freedom, money, the solution of the problem, rising at the most unexpected time, of course, was 2008. There's a lot of, again, connecting dots there too, whether there's something or not. But there has been, again, I want to kind of bring this back up. We talked about it a few months ago. There has been kind of a connection between Satoshi Nakamoto's pseudonym and one of the CIA's agents, which at the time, I think it was almost inverse. It was like, I don't know, man. Was it Natoshi Satan? I don't know. Something similar. It was something similar, and there was a lot of correlation to that, and people were wondering, I wonder if it's the CIA, Satoshi was... Believe what you will. I still think there's just too many things lining up to be convenient. And so my conspiracy corner this evening is, what if CBDCs were created just to be taken down and to usher in Bitcoin as the freedom class, even though it's by design a similar product, but maybe targeted as a, with the intention that this is everyone's money. I don't know. I'm starting to get that kind of narrative again. The last few months have kind of painted some weird painting, and I don't know if I like it. But yeah, it's still a safe place to have your bet because this is where the money's going. So anyway, we put to bed the U.S. Securities Exchange Commission, the year's crackdown on crypto firms. Trump has already earned a substantial goodwill from the crypto industry by even opting to attend one of the largest gatherings, where their attendees get granular policy specifies from Trump, specifics from Trump, which we won't. This is what I want. This is exactly what I want. I want granular policy specifics from Sir Trump. Famously tangent-prone public speaker, yes, or generalized platitudes. That's what I was talking about. They'll have to wait until Saturday afternoon to find out. It's gonna be fun, guys. It's gonna be fun. Peter Schiff came out today too, right after Michael Saylor says, of course, Michael Saylor wants everyone to buy Bitcoin, or he wants every country to print their money into oblivion and buy Bitcoin with it. The Bitcoin sell-off, the Bitcoin bailout. Peter Schiff's out there basically blasting like he usually does. Peter did the gold bug shift, of course. Michael Saylor, co-founder, executive chairman, MicroStrategy, was out today, of course. Michael Saylor is facing some tough questions after co-signing on the idea the U.S. government should buy Bitcoin in quantity matching its substantial gold reserves. The idea, of course, is the first put by Robert F. Kennedy Jr., which I keep telling you guys is the true Bitcoin crypto president since last year, was shared by SAYLOR on social media, prompting that some have raised eyebrows and criticism from the prominent crypto skeptic Peter Schiff. Schiff is also well known for being a gold advocate. Yes, we know he's terrible. Yeah, we know. SAYLOR is looking for a government Bitcoin bailout. He knows the Bitcoin blockchain ledger is running out of chain and wants the U.S. government to become the buyer of the last resort, leaving American taxpayers as the ultimate bag holders in the Bitcoin pyramid scheme. Oh, Peter Schiff, what the heck? Is Schiff's point of view, the pyramid scheme emerges when people are recruited to join others that are already into the scheme. The money is already taken from the newer members to pay return. You guys know what the pyramid scheme is. Is Bitcoin really a pyramid, a Ponzi scheme? No, it's not. It's not. But Schiff says that Bitcoin fits this model because it does not have the intrinsic value of to produce productively use. Productive use. This is of course different from traditional investments like stock, real estate, bonds, or commodities, or like gold, which are valued by their tangible use cases, potential yields, and concludes. Of course, Peter Schiff. So yeah, Michael Saylor himself has not said publicly that he also wants a bailout, but his social media activity has gotten people talking. If the U.S. government were to accumulate Bitcoin until its holdings equate to the nation's reserve gold, it would need to purchase approximately 9.4 million Bitcoin at the current prices. This would be almost 45% of the total Bitcoin supply that will ever be mined. Good luck. Good luck. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Patrick Boggs says, in all fairness, he is a financial genius, but he doesn't need to say that much. But that does. But he. Okay. Yeah. I mean. He made some very good points when we did the live reaction interview with him, with Peter Schiff and Paul Raoul Paul, right? It was amazing. It was amazing. Everyone has the same hope for our country. We want the same thing. It's just how do we get there? And I feel like his I don't know, again, obviously we're shilling each other's stuff, right? And I get it. But I don't think that, of course, gold is the answer, because gold can't even be denominated for everyone's use, right? You can't just start shaving the amount of gold down for 8 billion people to use. But you can break down Satoshis, right? You can break down even if it's not Bitcoin. Crypto is still a great way to interact and transact. It's not gold. I don't think gold is the answer. I think gold is a great thing to hold, right? I mean, a little bit of gold doesn't hurt, but do I see it in the future being the be end all for transacting in the future? I definitely do not. That's for sure. Anywho, and of course, what we get back into space and we start mining gold as well. We know where it starts, right? It starts in space. Anyway, that's what's going on with Peter Schiff as he makes a comment on the current Bitcoin conference today. Bitcoin is targeting 90,000 after confirming its key bullish crossover. Bitcoin establishes prices up to the 67,000 mark. The analysts, of course, are saying this destined to 90K after confirming the key bullish crossover on the moving average divergence, the MACD indicator. And we got a little chart here, the MACD bullish cross. And again, that's kind of the same thing we seen last time with the sell-off at the ETF rally at the beginning of the year. I think you're just gonna hit those lower ranges and just pump, because the more we go lower, man, the more everyone's accumulating. I know I am. I agree, Patrick. I hate the politics that are part of this as well. I definitely do. Oh man, it's definitely changed the entire space so quickly in such a short amount of time. That's for sure. This is the current spot we're at right now. Looks like this is earlier though. It's probably 8 hours ago now. 6 hours ago now. Jesus. It's funny how fast the news is just disregarded. Gox Watch repayments now 39% complete with 5.4 billion left to go. I want to touch this as well because we just looked at, of course, sitting kind of sideways on the actual amount of Bitcoin on exchanges. I feel like they've already loaded up the exchange. They've already gotten it on Kraken, and now we're just looking at, again, what are they going to be doing on these exchanges? They've already had roughly a little less than half of the repayments now. So I would say next week we'll see the biggest indicator where this is all gonna go. And I honestly think, who the heck's gonna sell it? Like really, like if you got airdrop something you had years ago, even if it's a fraction of what you had before, are you really gonna touch it right now? When Bitcoin's about to go to the moon, about ready to test new all-time highs, test 90K, test 100K by the end of the year. I don't know, man. I just don't see this being a big deal. I don't even want to dive too much into it. I just wanted to kind of bring that up because we did look at it a little earlier, and that's still kind of the narrative. All right. How would a potential Kamala Harris presidency affect Bitcoin? This is the big question, man, because I don't know, man. I don't trust these politicians. I don't trust our government. I mean, we saw how weird it got with Trump and Biden last time, right? What if we get a similar, really close elections, this year, and then, Kamala's on top of them, magically, because she's only been in the public eye now for a week. Not even. Sunday it'll be officially a 1 week. You think someone hasn't really been part of our narrative for that long is really going to win? If it does, it's going to raise a red flag to me, that's for sure. U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris has surprisingly emerged as the likely Democratic Party presidential nominee as Joe Biden abruptly dropped off the race last Sunday. And she got the blessing from Obama and the endorsement from Obama and Michelle Obama, right? So Barack and Michelle. And so there's a bunch of things kind of developing. Again, really fast. Everything's moving so fast. And, of course, they have the Democratic nomination coming up. Is it next week? Or it already happened this week? I'm pretty sure it's next week. It's happening so fast. Oh, man. Maybe it's 2 or 3 weeks. I don't know. It's so right around the corner. But yeah, analysts from cryptocurrency exchange Bitfinex state that the investors are currently adopting a cautious stance and are waiting to hear clearer signs regarding Harris' specific policies on cryptocurrencies. For right now, a tentative understanding of Harris' potential approach can be gleaned from its previous positions of the consumer protection and financial regulation. Harris' political positions suggest a focus on consumer protection and financial regulations, which could mean the continued scrutiny of the crypto space. Yeah, I mean, I feel like she's desperate, and the reason I feel that way is because for her to reach out, even if it's just her campaign manager, for her to reach out to Bitcoin conference and even try to get in on it like last minute, to even get that thing kind of rolling, I feel like that said a lot. I feel like of course we've seen a lot more politicians now flip on the Democratic Party. We've had, again, bipartisan agreements on the floor. I feel like it's changing because they know where the money's coming from. They know Daddy Larry Fink is gonna be mad, right? Daddy Larry's gonna be mad if they don't get what he wants. God, Larry Fink gets what he wants, man. BlackRock gets what they want, and half of the Democratic Party are in the back pocket of Larry Fink. It's on both aisles. It's not one side. Anyway, so that's what's going on with Harris. Of course, we looked at Snowden earlier. We might be there, guys. We might be there. I think we blew through all of the big news today. I can't believe it. Damn. Man, that was a mouthful, man. Mouthful. Patrick says, I need Jasmine to pump so I can move to Akihabara. Oh, man. Yes. I feel like I'm in a safe space with you now, man. I actually I had a similar plan at the beginning of the year. I was like, because they were talking about Jasmine again, use cases, and at one point we are like transacting with a lot of Jasmine, and of course earning Jasmine with data. The data locker and selling your data like we do now. We just give it all away, right? And I'm like, ooh, I could just move to Japan and sell my data, and I've got a giant bag of Jasmine. I could just live happy, and like you said, buy a little tiny apartment above some maybe Super Potato or something in Akihabara. That'd be nice. That'd be really nice. Definitely got to plan a trip soon. I was gonna go in August, but I had some deaths in my family, and I gotta kind of convene with all that and grieve with them. But yeah, man, yeah, dude, yes, let's go Braid Cafe, yes. Although they did shut down the Gundam Cafe, it made me sad. But Yeah, there's tons of other places to really enjoy Japan. And I want to see the world before it all goes to the dystopian future aesthetic, you know. But damn, dude, Patrick, you're awesome. I'm so happy to meet you tonight. I really appreciate you coming by. It's great to see a fellow otaku here in the audience. That's awesome. So yeah, it looks like that's all the news we're going to cover tonight. I did want to... Ooh, what was that about Nigeria? Because I've been following Nigeria a little bit too. You guys hear about the Ethereum Nigeria coin? Nigerium? That was weird, man. I don't know what's going on with that. We'll save it for another day. It's getting kind of late. But yeah, right about that time right now, it is the moment we get into the normies. We get into the normies and see what's going on. What's going on X. And then we'll dive into the stuff that hurts my brain. So yeah, it looks like everyone's just kind of, again, taking back what's going on. Germany just checked Bitcoin price. Oh no. Have fun staying poor. Yeah, so Justin, U.S. President Robert F. Kennedy Jr. says, I understand tomorrow President Trump will announce his plan to authorize the U.S. government to buy Bitcoin as a strategic reserve asset, and I applaud on that announcement. So yeah, again, we can have agreements in the space. We don't have to be totally supercharged and political. Let's just kind of refresh this because this is kind of a little bit older, right after he came out. And he's really making the rounds now. Go RFK! There's SNOWDEN. Everyone's just kind of taking away what's going on today at the conference. This is exciting. It's exciting. But it does not look like we're going to... Oh, God. What does it say? Repost this if you want Elon Musk to bring back the Bitcoin hashtag emoji on X. They took it away? Why would they do that? Did they really take it away? I just used it the other day. I guess I gotta make a post to do it. Yeah, I guess I did take it away. What the heck? Why? I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that, but that's interesting. This is why we check X at the end of the night. Me after investing $1 into Bitcoin 15 years ago. I wish, man. I wish. Oh, man. I wish. All right. Looks like we're getting just a lot of... ooh, what's this? U.S. I don't even want to know. I don't want to know. Scary stuff. And then, of course, this is fake. This is fake. I've seen that kind of making the rounds lately. The rounds. All right. Let's get into seeing what the rest of the space is saying. It's all Bitcoin today. You got to get out of the way for Bitcoin today when you've been into crypto for 7 years. Yeah, that's how it feels, man. That's how it feels. You just get used to it. You get used to the pumps, the dumps, the bear market. Yeah, you don't care if you get a 10K swing up or down. Anyway, moving on. Here's the stuff that racks my brain, hurts my brain. Getting into the normies. Ugh! Deep into the psyche of a typical normie today. All right, what's going on? Celine Dion. Go, Celine Dion. What? Lady Gaga and Celine Dion performed at the Olympic Open ceremony. That's going on, man. I'm not about that life, man. Olympic schedule apparently started today. Interesting. Snoop Dogg's at the Olympics. Why? Why? Saranthony Dominguez, IDK baseball player. Netflix stock. Reed Hastings grants nearly $500 million in Netflix shares as a gift. What the heck? Megan Fox gives birth. Gojira! Godzilla! We got... Oh, it's a band. It's a heavy metal band called Godzilla. Gojira! It's the opening ceremony. At the opening ceremony of the Olympics? What's going on with that? You know I love me some Godzilla news. Of course, New York Times is not going to let me what's going on. But it looks like, yeah, performing the Olympic Games opening ceremony when it did a metal version of Akira, or of course Godzilla. Akira? Oh, it's a song that was popular during the French Revolution. Interesting. I'm not sure. I don't know what that is. Well, I'm gonna have to look into that now. Can't play it on here because yeah, I'll get flagged. Yeah, YouTube just taking over. Of course. That might be. We got Trump head recall or boarheads. Yeah, that's meat. Katie Ledecky. You know, if you don't eat meat and dairy, you don't have to worry about that. Kelly Clarkson. Kelly Clarkson says Olympics opening ceremony will make people cry. I don't know. Who knows? A Blade, like the movie Blade, the Marvel series Blade. Early visitors I don't know, man. Whether at the Blades, I don't know. Probably hockey. I don't know. The normies, no one's looking at Bitcoin. It's Bitcoin Day, man. Second day, Bitcoin conference. Still no Bitcoin in the top 10, top 20. I would argue the top 100 at this point. The normies are just, God, really? Oh my God, I can't. I just can't, man. I'm gonna pull my freaking hair out. All right. I'm moving. I'm over it. Bitcoin, of course, trending. A little up. It looks like 43 again. Like these are rookie numbers, man. These are again lows right before before the pump back in March. But in February we got the 40, 41, 42. Interest over time is waning. Oh God, they'll pay attention when we're at the 100K, guys. Right? That's it. Patrick says normies are weird and it's the age of the weebs. Yes, ain't that the truth? That's what we call otakus now, isn't it, these days? We're kind of lost. We're kind of lost out there now. Weebs are definitely. There's a distinction, yes. Only if you you want to be Japanese, or you just appreciate the culture and of course are a huge fan of everything Japanese, or maybe it's just a particular thing from Japan, right? That's how you kind of distinguish otaku from a weeb, in my opinion. But yeah, so what's going on here? Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin. We'll just kind of take a look at Bitcoin real quick and see what's going on. Again, I don't really want to touch anything. I feel like anything's possible tomorrow. I'd say we're more likely to get an initial pump and then get a big pullback, maybe a retest. Do we get this big of a pump though, up to a new all-time high? I don't know. I still think, again, it's a huge amount of resistance. I say this every night, I know, but there's a huge amount of resistance. You got to make that. We've hit it 5-6 times now. 69K, previous all-time high. Everyone, it's embedded in our brain. We remember the days. If you're from the previous bull market like me, as soon as that number gets hit in your brain, you have paranoia. You got PTSD, man. Freaking out, man. Just thinking about 69K. And yeah, that's what I see. And I see it every day. And I'm like, we got to bounce off of that. It's gonna be a struggle. If we punch right through it, I'll be so a breath of fresh air. I'll just be so relieved. But I just don't see it. Who knows? Maybe Trump will surprise us. Maybe he can rally. Maybe BlackRock's Larry Fink will just start diving heavily into it to do a pre-rally pump. Who knows? They do like to buy on Saturdays. Don't you forget. We talk about it all the time. Larry Fink has been caught buying on Saturdays. JP Morgan's been caught buying on Saturdays. And, of course, yours truly, Michael Saylor, prefers to buy on Saturdays. It's just what they like to do. No volatility to compete with. Why wouldn't you? More stable. You get a clear mind where the price is currently at from the previous week and going into the next week. Anyway, so I still kind of think it's going to be the same kind of levels, right? We're going to have to break through 69K first, which is right here. That's the big one. I'm going to remove this one here because we already touched it. Maybe we'll make that make this one dotted or dashed. Make this one the key level to break through 69. And then through there, I think we could blow through 70K. There's not much resistance at 70K. We've only been up there a little bit. But yeah, once we hit up these up here, again, 69. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We touched it. You can argue even 6 times right there. That's a hard resistance to push through. I'll be surprised. I want it to be over. I just want it to be over. Anyway, so yeah, that's what we got to get through. And yeah, anything's possible. We brought this up from the last big leg up from the ETF launch and sell-off. This is again that big inverse head and shoulders, which is almost mimicked what we had here as we keep digging ourselves back out of this big hole, right? I feel like we can get again higher than we were before, make a leg up, and then keep going. And that's kind of like the same pattern. And I want to watch it play out. I'm just going to watch it play out. And we've done this many times before on the stream. I don't see why this time would be different other than, Trump is talking Bitcoin on the world stage. Wow, Jetpack, welcome to the stream. What's up? He says, did you see the Bitcoin movie? Bitcoin movie? What Bitcoin movie? Are you talking about Dumb movie last year? That was an AMC movie, a GameStop movie. That was a fun movie last year. One of the best movies I actually seen in theaters last year, other than, of course, Godzilla -1. But yeah, I'm not quite sure which you're referring to. There's been a lot of documentaries and stuff I've caught. And a lot of them are pushing a negative narrative, but to each their own. Yeah, the bull flag is strong, says Patrick. I believe as well. We should probably clean this up as well since this is done. We broke right out of that today. That's awesome. I'm so glad we invalidated that because I was like, we're gonna bounce around there and then wait for the next daily, open in America to really see a big breakout or a dump. Once Japan and China and everyone gets involved. But yeah, it looks like we are going up, and we're gonna see what Trump has got for us in store tomorrow. Yeah, this is looking pretty good. It's almost like a megaphone. So isn't that like a megaphone pattern, guys? Pretty sure that's a megaphone pattern developing. That's bullish. and of course, we only got to get to about 70K to break out of the long 3-month drawn out narrative we've been on, right? This downward trend for 3 months. We've been waiting for a breakout. We've been waiting very patiently, and I think we're almost there. We're almost there. Patrick Big says, I gotta bounce. Definitely gonna catch more of you on your live shows. Dude, I hope to see more of you too, man. You are great. Thanks again for coming out. Nice to meet a fellow otaku in the space. This is why I'm doing this, man. I'm not doing it for the money. I don't need money. We got crypto. We don't need YouTube revenue. I don't need YouTube revenue, but I'm doing it to connect. I want to get out there. I want to connect with people. I want to meet some of my favorite influencers I've been watching for years, like Maximus Crypto. Man, I've been watching for that guy for years, and he brought me on his live stream, and I want more experiences like that. That's what I'm after. So here to stay, having a great time, and we're doing a whole bunch of fun stuff, dude. I think you're gonna like what I got coming up. I'm doing VR interviews in the metaverses. What I call metaverses right now is the closest one we have is VR chat. So we're asking normies in the space, and of course maybe finding some crypto enthusiasts out there in the wild with those rando interviews. They're fun, coming up soon. Hopefully I get those out. I've been working on so many things. But yeah, next time. I'll have to wear my helmet next time. We'll see. It depends on the mood I'm in. If I'm very bullish, I mean, tomorrow might be the day, honestly, to be honest. But yeah, have a great night. I'll catch you guys later. I'm about time to leave anyway. We're already way past 9 o'clock. That's crazy. Man, time flies when you're having fun. But yeah, tomorrow's going to be insane. Pay attention. There's a lot going on. Be safe. Don't do anything stupid, right? Don't do anything stupid. Oh my god. Watch your favorite crypto. Buy what you can while we're down in these lower lows for some of your favorite stuff. Before we all pump to oblivion, and you'll miss the bear market. You'll miss it. All right, this is the Crypto Otaku signing out. Later.
The agency informed the NASDAQ and the CBOE that BlackRock and Fidelity's proposals are insufficient.
We can make the dollar the most attractive currency by continuing to have the rule of law.
You always print money to do that.
I suppose it would diminish our status as the reserve currency.
Just shut up. There's no expectation of privacy above me in the sky.
So Bitcoin is the solution because you can buy Bitcoin right